Welcome to 20 Seasons Strong. To celebrate Mazda's 20 seasons as North Melbourne's major sponsor, we're taking a look at how the game has changed, but also stayed the same over the past 2 decades. Today we're talking to two-time premiership player and club legend Anthony Stevens and Sid Barker medalist and current midfielder Ben Cunnington. Ben, Stevo, thanks so much for joining us. You're both country boys. Tell us what it was like coming to the city from the bush.
I suppose when I come down, I come from up the Golden Valley area, so it was pretty daunting. As I said, I see a lot of Ben in me when I was a young fella. I was pretty shy and come off a dairy farm, which Ben did. So, I mean, footy back then was a lot different, where I got drafted and played under 19s. But back then it was actually part-time, so we kind of worked during the day and then trained after work pretty much. So,
yeah, probably looking back now, the first 3 years was probably pretty tough for myself. Just to be living at home 1 minute and then literally like you get drafted the next night, you're in with a random family. Was a bit daunting.
Can you guys tell us, Stevo in particular, how has the game evolved over the decades?
Probably football back in the 90s when I played mainly was more one-on-one footy, but these days it's, you know, you've got to be a lot smarter and think a lot more about the tactics and where you've got to position yourself.
Ben, how do you think Stevo would have gone playing in this era?
Actually, how would we go one-on-one?
Right now?
Yeah.
We've had a couple of battles at training.
Yeah, not now, but if your heyday and my heyday.
You'd get called for a lot of free kicks. Big
Reckon?
holder.
You reckon?
Just what we've done at
I
training.
reckon I might get you with a bit of speed, I reckon.
You'd definitely get me for speed.
Endurance as well?
Endurance a little bit, yep. But no, he's one of the greats. It's funny, like everyone talks about even like the ablets and how they'd go swapped around, but the game's changed so much. It's hard to say. Like he's one of the greats of all time, so I'm sure the competitive beast he would have done all right. But
the biggest thing about football is that the champions of the past eras would be the champions today.
Ben, from the outset, you were compared to Stevo. You also got the number 10 jumper. How did you deal with that pressure?
I was honoured when I received the number 10. That was massive straight away. So I did take that as a huge compliment. In terms of pressure, probably tried not to get sucked in too much. You're always going to put pressure on yourself. So I think there was enough there as all the sort of players out there that put expectations on yourselves. In terms of playing for the number 10, yeah, I'm still to this day proud, honoured, all above, and yeah, couldn't have had it any other way.
Jeff Walsh, I remember getting up at a function and talking to the players about making your number your own, and I'm pretty positive I did that, and Ben's done that himself. You know, number 10 is will always be remembered of Ben Cunnington as well. You know, so it's you know, he's made history in the number 10, which is fantastic to see. Outside
of footy, you guys also have a strong personal connection. Can you describe that to us?
It probably took a couple of years, but hearing everyone saying like, oh, you're so similar to Stevo and same number, looks, play, like whatever else, you have a little bit of a bond there, but I reckon it wasn't till first, maybe final, we touched base and went from there just for a bit of knowledge and experience, sort of touching base, talking about what Stevo can give, and then and we sort of just went from there, and I definitely felt a bit of a connection and relationship straight away, and today we've continued and grown, and we still catch up, and I've learnt heaps from Stevo, from his footy and also just life in general.
I think the biggest thing is we've actually got a bit of a business together at the moment. It's called the Shimbona Cattle Company, so got some Angus cows running around at the moment up at Benalla, where my dad actually looks after the cows. So,
oh, Clive.
There's so many things, you know. We come off a dairy farm, midfielders, got drafted to North Melbourne, we're number 10, you know, got a son each. So there's a lot. But in the end, I think it's just, you know, having a chat about my experience, you know, what Ben's been through and going through is what I've been through and gone through. So in the end, I think that's, you know, Ben has the ultimate decision, what he takes from it. So, and he can put it into action however he wants. But yeah, you know, it's a good relationship to have and a great mateship.
Thanks for your time, boys, and thanks for helping us celebrate 20 seasons strong.
Cool, thank you.
Right on, mate.
Cheers, mate.